Public meeting to order. This public hearing is for comments on ordinance 2016-04 to amend the C1 and C3 zoning district to prohibit apartments. I have Mr. Lindsay and Mr. Headley here. I don't see Mr. Burge. Jimmy, will comment on that something?
Mayor, this is not for existing apartments that they're grandfathered in. This is just for new apartments that would be brought into downtown in C1 and C3 district.
Okay. So Mr. Lindsay be grandfathered in, right?
Yes.
Okay, I talked to Joe earlier today, and while we're talking about the apartments, you want to tell them about the earlier, it looks like the county.
Mr. Lindsay and Mr. Headley, I know you all came last week about the garbage pickup, about the commercial garbage fees, and I've spoken. Here's what I've come up with. If you all approach a county commission, if they agree to take your commercial garbage for free, we'll haul it for you. But if they don't, we can't. So if y'all want to approach a county commission, then we'll haul it for you. But if the county commission won't take it for free, then we can't.
Okay, Gina, what?
Have you asked them? Have you asked them?
Who, the county commission?
Yeah.
No, those guys, if they want to approach a county commission, if the county commission will agree to it, then we'll haul it for them. If they want to approach them and ask them, but if they,
Well, then it's
commission
going
won't.
to be them, it's going to be all the commercial, it's going to be everybody.
Yeah, if they want
Maybe if we help with it, maybe try to pressure a little bit, use our red chip and say, hey, you need to help these guys and we're going to help them.
I'm pretty good at that.
Huh?
I'm pretty good.
Well, have you done that on this?
No, but I can.
No?
I got them there.
But then we don't need to vote on it tonight then if we're going to try to help.
it's not.
No, it's not that. No,
It's
that's
not
not
on the
it.
agenda. You just told me to work something out, and that's what I've worked out. The commission agreed to it, we can haul it, but if they don't, then we can't haul it, get the bill for it.
Well, I think we ought to try to help them in a way that, don't you?
Well, I do too. I never had no problem with it. As long as I worked for the street department, I never had any problem with it.
Yeah, we're talking about that, we're talking about them. I mean, you don't see anything wrong with trying to help them out with it.
No, no. But Jimmy, now, you talk about Jimmy, like say, country, it's got no couch or something, one of his houses or something like that, we can pick that up, right? You just talking about building material?
Well, if it's, we can pick it up as long as it's what the renters put out. If the
Okay.
renters, once the renters are out, once they start cleaning the houses out, then it's considered commercial.
Okay.
And
More?
You said I had a couch, I don't have a couch, you're talking about other people's garbage. And let me explain something else to you. When the house comes empty, if we're gonna work on it, if it's gonna sit empty for 2 or 3 weeks, we turn the utilities on. And they charge us $10 on that too. I don't have a problem if it's my garbage, if it's 2 before and building stuff. But now when it's somebody else's garbage, I have a hard time have somebody else's garbage hauled and have somebody else's and pay out there to have somebody else's garbage. It's not our garbage. But
Well, he's not talking about garbage, more he's talking about like, like couches, building material and stuff like that's what he's talking about.
I don't live in the city, but if I lived in the city and I had a couch, I'd haul it to the garbage,
Well, most people put it out for the street department to haul.
and I have to pay for it, is what you're saying, though.
Well, no, their taxes pay for it. That's why we got these trucks, these men working for us. Your taxes keeps us in trucks and employees.
But the garbage fee that's on these rental houses, when they're having to have to put that on, it needs to be taken off if we're not going to pay the, if we're not going to pick up their garbage. We need to
Right.
take that $10 fee off.
And this is like home garbage, like, like your paper and food and stuff like that, the garbage truck picks up. It's $10 a month, but, I can sign off on it, but it wasn't 100%. I feel like as long as we're paying $10 a month, we're gonna haul it.
we are picking up all of the garbage.
That's what I thought.
People's rental garbage, just when they start doing remodeling and cleaning their houses out between renters that we've not hauled it.
Right. I know Jim here a while back, Jim, and somebody called me, we wasn't picking up their apartment, we're picking them up now, right? We're picking up their apartment garbage
Up to 4.
up to 4, okay.
Anything over 4, Daniel was working when they wrote a letter, he and Jimmy. And Daniel was, I think, some motion.
Yeah, we had an ordinance that said if anything over 4,
department is considered commercial.
Okay. Okay. Warren, you understand that, Warren, you and Joe?
We'd like to be treated like everybody else, that's all I'm at, you know.
Okay. Okay. All right. Is there any, wait, crap, is there, wait, crap, we're on something else, right? Is there anything else on this public hearing on, C1 apartments downtown? Any more comments? All right. This public hearing is adjourned. We'll move on to the meeting. The meeting call to order, call the roll, Stan.
Mr. Bollinger,
Here.
Mr. Fannin. Here. Mr. Hatmaker,
Here.
Mrs. Thompson.
Here,
All right, here. Item number 2, honor the pledge. Terry, you do the honor of the prayer and the pledge, please. Please stand.
Lord in prayer. Lord Father, we thank you for this day, especially what you did at the cross of Calvary. We pray, Lord Father, as you died for all mankind, doesn't matter what race or nationality or color. We pray, Lord Father, there on the cross of Calvary by the Roman road, it was world-changing events. But you also rose from the dead, and we thank you for all your blessings and soon coming again. Pray that you bless this meeting, bless our citizens, bless our officials, and our staff, and employees here at the city. I pray, Lord Father, we'll all be led by the Spirit of God in things that we do. We give you honor, praise, and glory. We remember our veterans, remember our sick, and those who have cancer, and remember our soldiers in foreign countries and different places that you've given your divine protection. We remember those in the nursing home, the hospitals, those having surgery, those having death in the family. We'll give you the honor, praise, and glory. Most of all, the people will come to Christ. In Jesus' name we ask and pray. Amen. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. All right, item number 4. Approval of minutes for your August 2016 meeting. What's the pleasure of the council?
Move to approve the minutes.
Have a motion by Joe, have a second.
second.
Call the roll.
Mr. Bollinger.
Yes.
Mr. Fannin. Yes. Mr. Hatmaker.
Yes.
Mrs. Thompson.
Yes,
Motion carries. Item number 5, reports from your boards, committees, and department heads. What's the council's pleasure? Have a motion by Bob, second by Hansford. Call the roll.
Mr. Bollinger.
Yes.
Mr. Fannin. Yes. Mr. Hatmaker.
Yes.
Mrs. Thompson.
yes.
Motion carries. Item number 6, any comments from the citizens? Ralph?
I started my venture 6 months ago, you all, and 3 months ago, I talked about the house up in Bob Fannon's brick drugstore on the left. The second house on the left, all that material off that meth house was brought up to my house, up above my house, and all that water comes down right through my yard. Nothing been done. Not one absolutely thing has been done. But you all, Thursday, came up and hauled off 4 couches, 2 sets of mattresses, 2 lawn chairs, and 1 TV chair for the Lettners, their rental property, down in front of my house. That 5 ton of junk is still laying out the road. Jimmy seen it, Jim seen it, Stan seen it, Bob seen it. Nothing's been done about it. Speak.
Okay, Daniel, you know what I was talking about?
I do.
Okay, I think it's the Crutchfield house he's talking about. Okay, is it building material and stuff?
I'm working with the EPA on that. I can show you all the emails on my computer where we talk back and forth. I'm waiting on them to set a meeting to go and attend this meeting with me.
Okay.
So I wanna know, did we pick up couches and all this stuff from Johnny Letner's house that's rental property? Did we do that, Jim?
I'm sorry.
Did we pick up couches and everything from Johnny Letner's property this week on
We
Thursday?
pick it up when the tenants put it out, for what Mr. Sharp's talking about. All I heard, so the driver told me, what he's talking about, they picked up at 4 different locations. 4 different houses for the most part. So, it was not like way they had cleaned out a house where somebody moved out and piled everything out to the road. That's what we agreed not to do. But the tenants, apparently, here again, we do the best, you know, try to determine who's done what. But, they told me they picked it up. The other houses were all right there together pretty much.
There's 4 counties at one place. Now, over on Cherry Street, right behind the little ice house, out beside of the utility, Hal Clinch, Lettner is cleaning that place off. And Jim's crew, I know, they picked up, they went on private property and picked up 4 loads with a brush truck. And still, they cut down another big bunch, and Jim ain't went by there today to see. He's got 3 more loads there ready to go. Now, these people don't pay no taxes except every 3 years. If you looked in the public press, you'd see that every 3 years they pay their taxes. And if they suck on again now these houses, and when they can't suck no more, they let the city or the county have them. I know what I'm talking about. You look in the paper this year, there was 14 houses went delinquent. And you all have got one on North Field Street that you'll be doing something with because I never picked it up. Now, that stuff, it is a shame and a disgrace for people outside the county, city, to come and see 5-ton load of scrap sitting in, part of it in the road, in the ditch, been sitting there for over 4 months. And city people, I talked to Casey Boshears Thursday. Casey said he would not get it, and I don't want him to get it. I do not want my tax money going to something like that. The one that throwed it down there would be the one to pay for it to get it hauled off.
Go ahead.
Mayor, the EPA, took samples from that.
And he's talking about, Ralph's talking about the house there next to Bob's drugstore. It's the-
Yes,
Meth
they
house.
took samples from both those places. We are not able to take stuff from either one of those places at this time, because if the samples come back to be contaminated, then it has to be hauled to a Class 1 landfill. So they're in the process, the EPA is in the process of dealing with this. They have an open investigation on it, but until they come to the end of their investigation, we can't pick that stuff up yet. As soon as they tell us we can, we'll get it, but we can't pick it up because an EPA investigation's been going on for probably 2.5 months.
Well, it's just as much on you all, it's just as bad a thing on you. If you just go by there and look at it.
Well,
Ain't none of it. Bob, Hanford, you ain't been by there.
I've seen it.
Ann, you've not come up on that hill. Come up on that hill, you'll see.
Require, meth houses like that to be, the owner to take that down within 30 days and not be cited in court.
yeah, well, what I was just tell Daniel, Bob, is since that's on our right of way, it's on his property, it's on us, send him a letter. He's got so many days to get it off our right of way.
We can't move it.
We're not moving, he's gonna move it off our right of way.
No, we can't move it until EPA finishes their investigation. We can't, he can't, nobody can at this point.
All right, send Mr. Lattner a letter, tell him to not put anything on our right of way.
You done send him 4 letters, Mike. Man can't read or something's wrong with him.
Well, he'll read this, but we'll cite him in court. No more on our right of way, okay, until this mess is resolved, okay?
And eventually we will get this other resolved. This house is still under quarantine that we're talking about down next to.
The one on Walden, Bob's.
If you go up 19th Street, there's 2 houses, Stan and Faust up there knows, he was the code man. There's 2 houses up there that's been burnt. Stan, am I right or wrong?
You're correct.
And Ralph, I don't think the house right across from you, the Crutchfield house, I don't believe it's ever condemned as a meth house, was it?
No.
No?
No.
That's what he's talking about.
No, the bank,
I know, but he's talking about, he wants this stuff in front of his house hauled off.
I'm talking about both places.
Okay.
I'm talking about the stuff that washes down through my yard, the only way it's gotta go. That meth stuff that's laying on top of it, washes down that holler. There ain't no other way, if you come up there, I can show you where it's at. Jim come up there and I showed him the pipe for it to go into, and he looked at it and he said, what somebody'll do for $20?
Well,
$20.
but
What
Daniel,
somebody'll do, this has been going on since, April, when he throwed it out there. And he picked it up over beside my sister's house. I seen him get it.
but Daniel, we see him over there, up our, on, across from Mr. Sharp's house and tell him he has to get off there right away. If it's building material, he's going to haul it himself.
As long as it's not that meth contaminated stuff.
Well, the house wasn't, it wasn't red flag as a meth house. I know the house he's talking about, and I know the Bailey house right behind Bob's, it was a meth house.
Why is it taking so long to get that cleaned up?
I have no idea.
The
It's
EPA
been
man-
years.
The EPA man told me Thursday. He said, I will be up there. I thought he was coming today. He said he has matched the stuff up with what's down there on that porch. And believe me, I took pictures of it on that porch. I've not went on the porch to get it, but he has matched it up. And it is the same material, and he said he would call me whenever he met with Daniel, that we would go up there. And when we go up there, and this meth, this come down through my yard, you expect a lawsuit, the city and with it. I'll tell you that right now. Something that's went on for 6 months, endangering, no telling how many families, all the way from Orange Street to Norris Lake, that water runs down through there. And it's been sitting up there since April. And you know, I've tried to get you to do something with it. I've done all I could. Jimmy's come, Daniel's come.
Sir, as soon as the EPA releases that stuff, we'll do it, but until they release it, we can't move it.
Jimmy, the man has been up there.
I know he's been up there, we went with him.
You went with,
We
what
went
did
with
he
him,
tell
and he
you?
took samples back, and he's
What did
supposed
he
to, he told us he would call us for a meeting, and we will have a meeting, and he'll decide at that point what to do with it. And as soon as we have a meeting with him and he releases that, we'll take care of it, but while he's doing his thing, we can't
I
move
don't
it.
want you all to take care of it. I want the law to take care of it. I've been threatened over that bunch of crap up there, all I'm going to. I'm done talking, and I'm leaving. Bye.
Okay, Ralph. Any more comments from the citizens?
Yeah.
Right.
Comment for you. I just want to let you know I'm part of you talking about me,
That's right.
about my business,
I'll tell you.
in front of people, and in front of the public. And I think I deserve an apology, and you need to tell the public something straight. Trying to hurt my business up there. I ain't bothered you guys. I ain't even been down here.
Now, what are you talking about, Mr. Emmett?
I'm talking about when you went down to the county and ran your mouth about me. That's what I'm talking about.
I did. I told the truth.
No, you told a lie.
No, I didn't. I told the truth. The
I
city
didn't even
didn't.
ask you to build on my property when I stopped in for parking fire. And you know why I stopped it, because he wouldn't pay the insurance. That's exactly
We
why I
had a
stopped
deal
it.
worked out, Mr. Emmett,
You
years
never made
back.
no deal with me.
Yes, we
I don't
did.
make deals for you,
right.
or the devil.
Okay, you said your piece, that's fine.
No, I'm not through.
You're
I got
right.
the floor. Got the floor answered?
No, hasn't got, I do it. It's my,
Yeah. This ain't yours.
it's my meeting, Mr. We're finished.
These people run this city, not you.
We're finished, Mr. Emmett. Have a
If
seat.
y'all think he's bad, file a
Dan, hey,
petition.
Dan,
All four
put
of
him
you,
out.
take him off of the bench.
Corey, put him out. Jim,
That's-
Mike, you can't put
You
it-
asked
I just
you
did
asked
this.
the public
This is
comment.
my meeting.
Ms. Thompson.
You
can I
come
get
to a
the floor?
workshop.
I got the floor.
Put him out.
I got the
He's
floor.
allowed to speak.
You come to a workshop, okay? Put him out, Corey. You have a good day.
Don't you have no? Oh, what, piece of shit. Come on.
Hey, I'm not that hard to find, Mr. Emmett.
Can't do a thing, but
It's not okay. It's not telling the truth. Any more comments?
I got one more comment and I'm gonna leave.
Hurry, rap, make it short.
Okay, Katie Goins last week said she paid for her tracks being hauled off. Now, Katie, any other time at night, when you close your restaurant up, just throw it out on the street and the city will get it.
The city don't haul Katie's.
That's the end of my comment.
The city don't haul her garbage out.
I pay my son-in-law to take my garbage to the dump, plus I get charged at the dump.
Okay, all right. All right, let's move on. All
Letters throws her out the street, I'll say that.
right,
Well, I'm a
Rachel.
better person than Letner is, I take care of my own business.
Okay, all right, that's you, okay. Any announcements? Any-
One more back up, Mike, somebody.
Yes, Mayor Stanfield, might be a little different. I'm from Jacksboro, my name's Mike Copeland,
Okay, Mike.
and I'm up here tonight to inform the mayor and city council of the new hires for the police department. In my opinion, is definitely wrong for this city because of Jacksboro. I am one that can tell you that this is a bad hire from experience from this officer. I'm not going to mention any names, but in my opinion, I'm just letting LaFollette know to be careful, to watch out for this one, because what happened to me, I don't want to happen to any LaFollette citizens up here from this officer.
Okay, all right, thank you, Mike. All right, under ordinance and resolutions, item number 1, ordinance 2016-04, ordinance to amend the C1 and C3 zoning districts to prohibit apartments. This is the third and final reading. What's council's pleasure?
Move to approve, Mayor.
Have a motion by Jody, have a second.
I'll second.
Have a second, back, call the roll, please.
Mr. Bollinger,
Yes.
Mr. Fanning. Yes. Mr. Hatmaker,
Yes.
Ms. Thompson.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 2, ordinance 2016-05, abandonment of portion of unopened right-of-way on East Virginia. This is the first and second reading. This is an unopened street. It's between 4th Street and Bluff Road. Nobody never knowed that there was a street behind her, and it's not a benefit to the city. So I recommend the council.
Mayor, I make a motion that we go ahead and adopt ordinance 2016-05.
Okay, have a motion by Hansford. First, could I have a second? Have a second by Bob, call the roll.
Mr. Bollinger.
Yes.
Mr. Fanning. Yes. Mr. Hatmaker.
Yes.
Ms. Thompson.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 3, ordinance 2016-06, specifying permit street use for ATVs. This is the first and second reading. Jimmy?
Mayor, what this is open from Tank Springs across Central down to Beach Street, up Beach to Indiana, and then west on Beach to the rec center, to 9th Street.
All right, what's council's pleasure?
Move to approve.
Have a motion by Bob, have a second.
Second.
Second by Joe, call the roll.
Mr. Bollinger.
Yes.
Mr. Fanning. Yes. Mr. Hatmaker.
Yes.
Ms. Thompson.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 4, resolutions 2016-18, approve the housing rehabilitation policies and procedures. This is the grant we got for $365,000. What's council's pleasure?
Move to approve.
Motion by Joe, have a second.
Second.
Second by Hansford. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Bollinger.
Yes.
Mr. Fanning. Yes. Mr. Hatmaker.
Yes.
Ms. Thompson.
Yes.
Motion carries.
The state come in.
Yeah, they'll apply for it and they come in. Right, Terry? You want to comment on that, Terry, since you're familiar with it?
Well, that's the housing grant that we got approved from CHGA, and this is just, this resolution is just a set of procedures. They have to have preliminary and paperwork, and then once, we're actually taking names now for people that would like.
You are taking, how have you taken names? I had someone come in and ask.
Well, they've just been calling, what normally happens is, and we've just been taking beforehand, there will be a community development partner who's doing the administration of it, will run an ad in the newspaper, and we'll put it on probably the green screen, and they will come here and have a public meeting and explain to anybody that wants to apply what the procedures are.
What about some people who are shut in? How they handle that? Can they send daughters, nephews?
I'm not sure about that. I can ask them.
I think last time, Terry, I think somebody come in somebody.
Well, like I said, we're going to put it on the green screen now, so people know, and I've got a list already with their numbers and their address, and so I just want to try to call them to make sure they got to come, but there will be a meeting, and I'll ask them about that.
All right. Item number 5, resolution 2016-19 in lieu of tax payments from Department of Utilities. It's a sum of over $1 million. What's council's pleasure?
Make a motion we approve in lieu of tax. Thank you.
I have a motion by Hanson, have a second. Second by Bob, call this in.
Discussion.
Okay.
We probably need to, if you got the numbers.
I do.
Tell the company how much.
Okay, in lieu of tax, it's $1,237,675.
That's our portion.
That's our
It should
portion.
it should be total $1,597,000.
That's total, that's
Yeah, that's total. yeah.
total, okay. It's over $1 million, so,
Yeah.
okay. Have a motion. That's okay. All right. Number 6, resolutions 2016-20. Oh, I'm sorry, call roll, Sam.
Mr. Bollinger,
I have a conflict. I work for the Fowler Utilities, but I vote yes.
Mr. Fanning. Yes. Mr. Hatmaker,
Yes.
Ms. Thompson.
Yes,
Motion carries. Item number 6 under resolutions ordinance, resolutions 2016-20, amendments to regional budget, 2016-2017 budget. What's council's pleasure?
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Joe and second by Bob, call roll, please.
Mr. Bollinger,
Yes.
Mr. Fanning. Yes. Mr. Hatmaker,
Yes.
Ms. Thompson.
yes,
Motion carries. Under administration, approval for the city administrator to contact a civil engineer for a proposed Big Creek project. Jimmy, you want to comment?
Yeah, Mayor, that's where we had met with TDA about cleaning the creek out. And they informed us that they didn't think we needed permits. We just want to get a civil engineer to look at it, somebody who can tell us for sure, it probably costs us less than $1,000 to come in and tell us for sure, so we can go ahead and start cleaning that creek out.
Okay.
It's becoming a flood hazard.
Okay. What's council's pleasure?
You got anybody in mind with that, Jimmy?
No, I hadn't had anybody in mind.
I don't know whether they could or not. You might check. I don't know. We might have a civil engineer of the utilities check to see. And I don't know whether they'd be allowed to do it or not. We just check to see.
You talking about Brian, John?
Yeah.
What's council's pleasure?
Move to approve.
Have a motion by Bob, have a second.
second,
Second by Ann, call roll, please.
Mr. Bollinger,
Yes.
Mr. Fanning. Yes. Mr. Hatmaker.
Yes.
Mrs. Thompson.
yes,
Motion carries. Item number 2, approval of the city administrator to submit proposal to Cumberland Trail for fencing. Estimated cost is $3,500. We discussed it in the workshop. What's council's pleasure?
Move we approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Joe and second by Bob, call roll.
Mr. Bollinger,
Yes.
Mr. Fanning. Yes. Mr. Hatmaker.
Yes.
Mrs. Thompson.
yes,
Item number 3, approval of the GRW engineering firm to design the consultants for the downtown grant. What's council's pleasure?
Move to approve.
Have a motion by Bob, have a second.
Second.
Call roll, please.
Mr. Bollinger,
Yes.
Mr. Fanning. Yes. Mr. Hatmaker.
Yes.
Mrs. Thompson.
yes,
Motion carries. Item number 4, the city administrator. All right. Is there any comment?
Move to table.
Do I have a second? No, take a second.
I have a comment though that I want to make.
Go ahead.
Over this issue. When Jimmy originally applied for city administrator, I supported him. I told him that I would stand behind him and I would not go back on my word. However, last week, he tried to make a fool out of me and my husband. And I didn't appreciate it. Nick was defending me, and I have tried and tried and tried to make amends with Jimmy, and he has no intentions of trying to make amends with me. And I want him to know that I have been standing behind him, and I support him, and I will continue to support him, unlike what he did to me.
Well, let me make a comment, Ann. You know, I've tried to preach this in everybody's head, and especially Joe's over, because he's old. But we're a team here. You know, it's not about me or you or Bob or Andrew. It's about these people. That's who we represent. And I'm gonna say something about the fire department here in a few minutes. And I really appreciate it. We got good employees, you know. And we're not gonna agree on everything. But like I
No,
say,
we're not, but he needs to own up to what he said. It wasn't said in a heated argument, and he just needs to own up to it, and let's put it behind us, and we need to move on.
why don't you, let's just put it behind us and move on with this thing. You know what I'm saying? We've got, like I say, we've got so much going here, you know. And these people look up to us to do what's right for them in the city. And I'm gonna try to do my darndest to make that right. You know, I know you guys are. Because I can call you any time, and you're there to help me in the city.
Yes.
So let's just put it behind us and move on. All right. Item number 4, the mayor's car. To be honest with you, I'm about sick of hearing about no car. It's 20 years old, but let me tell you about that car. In the last 3 weeks, 2 weeks ago, Joanne Wallace, Joanne Whitaker, post office, she called me at 6:30 in the evening. She said, Mike, this is Joanne Whitaker. There's a tree down over here on North Cumberland. It's got the road blocked over at my dad's. I said, okay. I said, I'll take care of it. Okay. I called Tim Hall, the guy sweeping the street. I said, Tim, get the backhoe and a parasol. We got a tree down over on Cumberland, and I'll meet you over. He said, okay. Okay, so I'm coming off Hemlock. I called dispatch, and I tell dispatch, send a police car over, because we're going to need the police for traffic. Okay, we get over, and the police is there, I get there, police is there, Tim saw him. I told Tim, now I wasn't all dirty, boy, it wasn't as clean as I am now, but I was cleaned up. I told Tim, I said, give me the parasol, go back and get the backhoe, let's get this tree out of the road and throw it over the bank. Okay, that was about an hour and a half working. Okay, that was one day. Okay, then Sunday before lights, the guy called me. His mom and dad went on vacation. He took his dad's truck, took his mom's dog. She loved that dog. I don't know about her son, but she loved that dog. Okay, the guy went somewhere. The dog jumped out of the truck and he couldn't find it. Well, he called me. I went down there and I couldn't find it. And one of our police officers had a car pulled over right next to the ice house that Bert Hatmaker owns. And I was going to get Corey to go through the neighborhood and shine the light, maybe we find that guy's dog. As I was walking to the police officer, I just happened to look in the road and I seen something white laying there. Well, it was that little poodle. So I went down and picked that poodle up out of the road and carried that car and put it in the bag and gave it back to that guy. There was his mom's dog. She's going to kill him for it eventually. But that was one day, and this past Friday, 9 o'clock in the morning, one of our police officers called. One of our business people, it's got some rental houses, and these people were homeless. A young man, a young woman had 2 small kids, 2 little boys. One was 2 and one was 4 years old. They called me over. The homeowner, he was furious because he hadn't broken his house, but they were in his house and he walked in calling. He called me over. They just want to take the man and woman to jail, put the 2 kids in DCS custody, and it broke my heart really to see these people. The kids had done soiled their diapers. And I looked at the kid and I said, are you guys hungry? And the little boy shook his head, he was hungry. As I went to my billfold to get some money to give Danielle, our police officer, to go get some food in her cage this morning, the homeowner come out with his billfold and give me $20. I give Danielle the $20 and told her to go down to Katie's and get some food for them kids, some eggs, and scrambled eggs and milk and some food for that man and woman. Okay, I'm on the phone trying to call the homeless shelter in Scott County. I get a hold of them. They can't help me. They're full. Okay? I called Carnes in Knoxville. They can't help me. I called the Red Cross. They help everybody. They helped us in Vietnam. They couldn't help me. Okay, now I've got 2 small kids and a man and woman, no place to go. Okay? We got all these buildings. I took them down to the fire hall. I'll put them in the fire hall if I can find a place for them. Okay, as I load them up in my car, I called Darren over Honda. I said, Darren, I got 2 small kids. I need some diapers. Can you help me out with some diapers? He said, what size? I asked that lady, I said, what size? She said, 4T. Darren come out with a bag of diapers for them kids. And while I was there, the tater chip man was there. He asked me what's going on. I told him I got some people that's homeless. He loaded me down with tater chips for him. Okay, I brought him down here. Katie's done fed him. It wasn't 30 minutes after we got to here at Far Hall. Katie come back. She had a backpack plumb full of food and suppers. In the meantime, I'm trying to get hold of John Snoller to help me. And I'm at the Methodist Church, always a bit of a heaven. something like this. Okay, I called Domestic Violence Center up here across the middle school. I'm all trying to get them to do something, but I said, well, you'll help me get this family in some shelter for a few days. And they said, Mike, we can't help you because there can't be no men up here. Well, I understood that. About less than an hour later, one of the employees of Miss Poston come down City Hall. She brought brand new clothes for them kids. She brought boxes of food. She brought toys for them kids. And I told her, John called me back. I had to go over to church, and the pastor, Chris Stanfield, he signed a voucher to get him in the lodge down in Cherville. I told one of the firemen, just take me home and take that car and take them family down to Cherville. Now, that's just part of what I do in that old car. You know, but I said, you do what you want to with it, because I'm sick of hearing it, you know. And that's, you know, that's all I got to say about that car.
Mike, all that's good, and I know your heart is in the right place. But we've got a city here to run, and we've got 5 people here to help run it. And we've got one as administrator, and all this needs to be turned over to him. If you're going to do it all, then we don't need him. But if you know, but what I'm trying to get, the point I'm trying to get over, that's good. And I know you'll do that. I've been around you enough to know. And your heart's in the right place. But your driving everything we got down here. There are 3 or 4 vehicles.
Well, the old white car, the water pumps out.
Well, the old white car, now you're in the red car, and we was in the Jeep, and we just need, to me, it's like, you know, I hate to be negative about anything, because I want everybody to do good. But that's like Katie's talking about Jimmy being up there, pressure washing the street. Here we've got people that $10 an hour that we pay to do this, and we got a man up there $25 an hour doing it. You gotta think, you don't just go.
That just shows he cares about our city, Hansford.
Open-handed, and you know, and let's let the people that's in charge do their job. And each one of us here is entitled to a vehicle just as much as you are. You know that. You're just a council member like the rest of us. In fact, us 4 here, they probably got more power than you've got.
That's true.
In a certain time. But you are in a chairperson of a meeting.
Right.
We all understand that.
You do, you have.
We just need to get our priorities in line. And instead of being here fussing with each other, help each other.
I'm not fussing about nothing, Mr. Chairman.
Well, I know, but see, this creates a problem here when all this, when you're trying to help everybody.
Well.
And I don't want to put nobody down just trying to help somebody.
That's like, you know, these offices close at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's good. But this city don't shut down at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Things happen.
And,
You have car wrecks, you have people hurt, you have houses burned, you have trees
Trying
falling.
to say, Mike, is last week, I got 11 calls and I went to see citizens. I was out my car, I got out in my driveway, turned on my car, went there with my car, brought the problems back to Jimmy, and what they wanted to see. I think that's what he's trying to say. It's all good what you do, this is what vehicle you do it in.
Right.
And until I've been after this from day one, up until you became mayor, no mayor has ever had a vehicle. And, but
You've never seen
what you're doing in that white car or that red car, the rest of us is good in our own. Okay, each and every day.
If you go back, you get Joy Beck to pull my phone records up this past Friday, she'll tell you I had 123 phone calls in one day, not 11, but 123.
well, that shouldn't be though, Mike. What you've done is just, it goes back to what I said. You're trying to help everybody. You can't do it.
That's why we're here. No,
I know it, I know that.
To be honest
but
with you-
you can't do it, Mike. And we've got an administrator here that we're setting, that would eliminate a lot of work off of you if you would just turn it over to him.
Hey, I like work. I like work. But my council, as far as council, you should be proud of what I do because it makes everybody here look good.
we're all proud of what you do, Mike.
That makes you all look
But
good.
you're not getting the drift. The drift is, we need to eliminate you to one car. I'm gonna put this in the form of motion, that we,
Wait a minute. The water pump's on that white one. Why don't you get me a newer one? I kinda like what Joe said.
Let me say something before we,
well,
And then you-
let me finish. And,
Hey, I don't want no new car. That old white car's good enough for me.
maybe, if you're gonna do Jimmy's job, maybe we should give Jimmy the white car and give you his.
No, no. We need that blue car to go to a meeting.
That's just simple, Mike. Let Jimmy do his job. He can't do his job, he's, because you won't let him.
Jimmy's there. I don't
Well,
know.
you wanna do it all.
I don't
And
interfere.
that's okay, but you can't do it all, Mike.
I don't
It's too
interfere.
big. That's the reason why you've got 4 other members to help you.
I don't interfere with Jimmy's job, Mr. Mayor.
And, but go ahead, Joe, I'm sorry.
you know, there's a little more to it than just out here running and doing odd jobs and stuff. And I know that I've been around Mike quite a bit myself, and I know that he sometimes finds stuff and he does get it back to Jimmy, during regular hours. Sometimes maybe he don't, when I'm not around, I don't know. But there's a little more to it than that. He is the mayor of the city of LaFollette. And I know no mayor in the past has had an automobile, but he's an ambassador that gets out here and represents at other meetings and stuff. He needs an automobile to go. I'm for getting him a better automobile. I told you at budget time that I'd be for putting a new automobile in the budget for him, just for that purpose. Not to go out here and haul dead dogs and cats and trim trees and stuff, but as an ambassador to the city of LaFollette, that he goes to these meetings and stuff, functions, and represents us. That's more about what it's about. Yes, he probably needs to turn some of the work more back to Jimmy than what he's been doing. I agree with that. And let Jimmy have it.
I appreciate you saying that, Joe, but I don't need no new car. That'll use stuff with that, or it's gonna.
I understand that, but.
Let me say something, Joe, before I forget. I never got it. But I had that family over here in the far hall Friday. And before that family left her, the lady from the domestic violence shelter, she brought a box of food and clothes for them kids, and she gives some money out of her own pocket. My foreman, no more than they make. Guys, what they can afford to give. I give what I could give, you know what I'm saying? When that family left the fire department, they had approximately $80, $90 cash. When you come down, they didn't have nothing but a clothes or a bag. That's the kind of employees you got. Then you have one business person, houses, rental houses, he's wanting to have them thrown in jail, and next thing you know, he's buying their breakfast. See? It's not about us. It's how we help our people. But I want to throw it out to the foreman. I really appreciate you guys giving what you gave. I know the family. I appreciate it.
You too?
Yeah.
I'm going to make a motion that we issue one car to Mr. Stanfield, and he will be responsible for that car.
Is that a new car?
Um,
You amend that?
We'll issue him a car, which one he picks. One, not 3 or 4. Unless, now, if this thing breaks down, and he's always got Jimmy here to back him up. Jimmy can come and get him, or take him, or whatever. And, I'm gonna put that in the form of a motion. Well, we'll have to make that decision. I don't know which car,
Well, when this was brought up previously before, I had asked about the car, and if there was problems with it, if it was tearing up all the time, and I remember Mike told me that it was working just fine, and you never had any problems with it. So if there's problems with it, then
It's still
you
a
need to get rid of it.
It's still a little car, It's just old.
I think what
happened, I understand now that a water pump went out on the white car that he hadn't been using. And I think Bill had a burgundy car that he had told the mayor that he could use. And I know in the wintertime, he'd used a little old Jeep wagon up the street department some. And I think since then, it's been gone. I think it was surplus and sold.
But at Jeeves, I check the streets at night, I check on the older people.
Are you furnished a car?
Yes,
Continue to furnish your vehicle to run his errands with?
not to run my personal errand, but yes, do that
You
this way.
ran?
No,
Do the U-Boat? They don't need it. You just got through saying you did how many? 11? You got 11 calls? They furnish you?
I had
They
four
don't know.
last week.
I do the same thing.
I do the same thing
I do the
myself.
same. Well, why should Mike, in the same category that we're in, why should he be any different?
Well, I just.
I know he's the mayor and I respect that, but why should he be any different? Why should I pay for mine, he doesn't have to pay for his? And I'm not wanting him to pay for his, I'm just simply saying, let's issue him a bill. Whatever they, and if this thing broke down, it ain't no good, get rid of it, let's get him a good one.
I tell you what, I got a
I'll
brand,
second that motion.
I got a brand new one. Pay me mileage. Pay my mileage. I got a brand new one, that way you don't see
It's
me.
something that he can depend
Oh,
on.
it's brand new, I can depend on it, certainly warranty.
Yes.
Well, mileage is only good for when we, the council sets the thing that we're on trips. Mileage for me to go to, someone called me out and asked me to take a look at something. I don't get mileage for that, you don't, none of us do. So we don't get mileage for being a mayor or a city council inside the city. We only get mileage when we approve it, and go on a trip.
Right, here's two.
Read what you want.
Right, here's 2 trips I need to go on,
Well, you get mileage for that.
but what if mileage?
You take your own car.
Yeah, but what if you got a city car?
You don't have a problem with that, do you, Mike Mayor?
I don't have a problem, Mr. Mayor.
Okay.
Then let's put that motion in, let's do something with the white car and then make the burgundy car Mike's car. If there's something wrong with the white one, then get rid of it.
Bill, that burgundy car, is it pretty good, or?
I mean, you've been driving it.
Yeah, I'm just mad. That old black car over years.
Are you okay with the red car?
I'm good.
Is that fine?
I'm good.
Well, I'll put it in the form of a motion that we issue the red car to Mike Stanfield, the mayor, to run the errands.
And I'll second it.
Have a motion second. Call the roll.
Mr. Bollinger,
Yes.
Mr. Feenan,
No.
Mr. Hatmaker,
Yes?
Ms. Thompson.
Yes.
Motion carries. Okay. Under police
We're
department.
gonna get rid of the white car, right?
Yeah.
We'll have to vote for surplus.
Yeah.
Give that back to the chief down here.
No, it goes far,
Or
it's
the
far.
fire department, whoever would like to have it. The best thing to do is get rid of it.
It belongs to the fire department. Okay, under
Safe for one, it's not safe for another.
Under Police Department, item number 1, return the police K-9 Dino and relinquish ownership to the current handler, Justin Perry. Bill, you want to comment on that a little bit?
Yes, sir. We have a K-9 that has been with the department for approximately 9 years. It's to the age that it just can't do the job. So we're asking that we retire it, and Officer Parrott has said that he was the last handler. He said that he would be willing to take that K-9.
Okay.
Make a motion, we go ahead and retire
They're wasting
the animal
all
to
the
Justin Perry.
I'll second
Motion by Bob, second by Ann. Call the roll, Stan.
Mr. Bollinger,
Yes.
Mr. Feenan.
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker.
Yes.
Ms. Thompson.
it. Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 2, authorization to hire an additional officer for the following housing authority. Bill?
Yes, sir. I've spoken with Carly, and he's informed me that he's gone before his board and has asked his board that has received approval to pay for an officer to be in the housing authority as they have done in times past here. Also, this includes not only the salary, but it includes the insurance.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve that, salary plus the insurance.
Okay, motion by Bob, you have a second. Second. Second by Dan.
Clarify that, well, you need to put in the record that it's contingent upon them funding it each year.
Yeah. Rescind
My
it.
motion to where it's, they fund that each
Every
year.
year, okay. I have a motion by him, second. And
Everybody,
call those down.
Mr. Bollinger?
Yes.
Mr. Fanning?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Mrs. Thompson?
yes.
Motion carries. Item number 3, accept bids for Ford Explorers at a total price of $113,811.88. What's council's pleasure?
Move to approve, Mayor.
Have a motion by Joe, have a second.
Second.
Second by Bob, call roll.
Mr. Bollinger?
Yes.
Mr. Fanning?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Let me make a comment on this. It's $113,811.88 for these 4 vehicles. Now, I didn't want to get into this, but it looks like they're forcing my hand to it. Here we are buying 4 new vehicles, Explorers, to the police department. When you back up and look at that budget is getting every dime of the taxpayers' money on the property tax inside the city. It's costing us almost $2 million to run our police department per year. And we're just going right on and on and on with it. We're not cutting back, we're not looking at anything. And we had to take 4% of the sales tax money to put in the budget with the police department's budget because they was getting all the property tax money to be able to, their budget, to meet their budget. Now, if we continue going this route, we'll end up like we did. You remember when you guys had to vote in almost a 50% increase?
I remember when me and you did.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to cut off.
But this is always budgeted.
I know it's budget, but it comes out of this budget, up to the $2 million, Bob.
But it is.
And I'm not, and I know Bill probably needs the vehicles down here, but we've got to, we've got other things. There's 5 departments in this city. And we're giving him all of the property tax money, every dime of it, plus 2% for sales tax money. Now, it just don't make good business, and when you end up in trouble, then you say, well, we're in trouble, we're gonna have to raise taxes. You either cut back or raise taxes to make ends meet.
Well, there also comes a time too, we can go back when I first come on council, that we were down to buying used police vehicles and stuff because the ones that we had were broken down all the time, just like the white car. And we set a program into effect to buy 2 or 3 cars each year. And I think when Jimmy was down there, we'd buy 2 or 3 cars. He'd have money in the drug fund maybe to buy another car, and make 4 cars. We've got our vehicles back up, and we still got some that needs a lot of repair. And I don't know how far after this for, if you don't continue to buy as you go, then you get in a hole.
And this was budgeted in June.
Yeah.
Everything by it.
And actually, it's several $1,000s below what we budgeted.
Right. But I want to clear myself.
Yeah.
When it happens again, then I'll remind you of it if I'm still around.
And I appreciate you doing that.
Yeah. And
I believe you're right.
I'm not, I'm for Bill having a good automobile, but I'm not giving him all the money though. I don't care who knows it. I'm not forgiving him every tax dollar that we get on property tax. He's getting every dime of it. Every time you pass a house and look at it, that money from that property is going to that budget.
Yeah, Jim Bill, if I can put out that mayor's car, we got one of your police cars, we're doing one. Started mine, day late, dollar short.
We got a motion and second on the floor.
Okay. Call the roll, Stan.
Mr. Bollinger,
Yes.
Mr. Fanning.
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker,
Under the term that we look at this thing and try to, I'm gonna vote yes on it because I don't wanna go against anything that's gonna help anybody and help the department. But we need to look at this budget. And we've got 5 other departments, that's gotta have some of this money too. So, yes.
Ms. Thompson.
Yes.
Motion carries. Okay, Farmer, you're next. Promoting James Farmer as a full-time sergeant, a salary of $33,915.42, effective date 9/17/2016. And Farmer, you ain't getting a new car. Where you at? There he is. Stay up here, Farmer. I think Farmer's been with us a pretty good while. He's a good person and a good police officer. What's council's pleasure, okay?
Motion approved.
Have a motion by Bob, have a second.
Second.
Second by Ansel, call the roll.
Mr. Bollinger,
Yes.
Mr. Fanning.
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker,
Yes.
Ms. Thompson.
Yes.
Motion carries. Congratulations, James.
Thank you, Mayor.
All right. Under Public Works, number 1, authorization for the Public Works Director to proceed with the Dawson Lane Bridge contract. Request for qualification. Jimmy, I've done, signed the contract.
Got that, Jim told us tonight, he got the notice to proceed today, just a few minutes ago. So I guess we need to send out a request for qualifications for the first phase of engineering. That's,
I'll make a motion that we give the public work director the okay to go ahead and work with the contractor, what he needs to do.
Have a motion by Hansel, have a second.
Second.
Have a second, you call the roll.
Discussion.
Bob?
Again, I passed on this particular project because until I want to make sure that Jimmy understands and we all understand that what we want to do with this bridge is no good to us unless we get a second exit from the school, a back exit to the school, and widen Memorial Drive, which we're going to have some help from the county to do that. And if we do all 3 phases at one time, I'll be all for this project. This would be all very, very good project. But I'm just reminding you of the discussion to stay with Johnny and the school board and with the county to try to make all 3 phases hit at the same time, okay?
there is a back gate that goes out of the school, that comes out on Burris Lane. And we've been back there to look at that and look at widening that road and what it would take to do that.
We're
Have
right.
to leave it open all the time?
Yeah.
This would relieve the traffic.
Right.
Come school.
And for the children going to Jacksboro, they would have them at 7 exit go out.
Was the school board in agreement to doing that?
That's the reason I want this to be.
No, that's preliminary. That's preliminary.
I just want all of it to be, try to get all 3 phases put together so they come together at the same time, that's all.
You understand what he's saying, Jim? Okay.
That's all. Go ahead and vote.
Mr. Bollinger,
Yes.
Mr. Fanning.
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker.
Yes.
Ms. Thompson.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 2, authorization for the Public Works Director to proceed with the SGP paving. Jim, I've done signed the contract on that, so we're good to go with it.
We're waiting on the T-Dot to sign it and send it back to us, and they notice to proceed.
Right.
So we're
good.
in the process, we're on board. Eli Jones with T-Dot told me today that we are, and if y'all, anyway, that we are authorized to go ahead and hire an engineer on this Dawson Lane Bridge project. Now, if y'all want to do it different, it matters not to me. Whatever y'all want to do.
We just voted to give you that permission.
Pardon?
We just voted to give you the permission.
Okay, do that.
We didn't,
No, not there.
we didn't Jim, vote just to don't, hire, let's don't We didn't make vote. it like we did Big Street. we didn't vote to hire
We're not
an
talking about
engineering
that.
firm. Get away from that.
Well,
Do you have an engineer firm in mind?
yes. I recommend the same one we use because of their track record, like I told y'all a couple of months ago. Quit blaming them for Beach Street, blame me with it. Because they designed it the way I told them to, because we had the option of building it this much higher than what it is, or stretching it out, and we had the street and the building we had to accommodate.
What was
So,
the name of the firm?
I made the decision then to take what I felt like was the lesser of the two evils, if you want to call it that, or the best option that I felt like it would be. And, so, that decision was made. Now,
Which firm was that?
there's nothing wrong with CSR, they've done an excellent job with paving, with sidewalk, and the bridge. That's on me, but it's my recommendation to use them, if y'all don't want to use them.
Joe, you have a problem with CSR?
Yes,
You haven't done the firm?
there's several out there. Robert Campbell and Associates does a lot of the bridge work and design work and stuff for the county. And I'd recommend them highly. That's my opinion. I know there's quite a bit of utility work and stuff to be done on this project down there. I know the company that he's recommending was not good, wouldn't work with the utility companies and stuff here. The thought of utilities had to get their own people to draw stuff up in order to take care of the utilities over here on this job. That should never have happened.
Well, we don't need to delay this. Do you want to adjourn the session and come up with a firm that you want to bring back to us?
Yeah, I don't know how many, Jimmy, have you talked to any of these different firms?
There was a gentleman from Clifton, is it Clifton and Craig? There was a gentleman came down who had heard about the bridge project, and he came down to my office and sat down and talked to me, and asked about submitting their qualifications. If I understand right, Jim, this is the first process, this is the first part where they apply for all the permits and all that, then we actually have the construction phase with a different engineering firm, but, he came down and talked to me about that. And, the other folks that we just voted on, GRW, mentioned they might be possibly interested in it. But those are the only two people that have mentioned anything to me about it. I'm not sure where Clifton and Craig is, or,
So we need to meet again to discuss this.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and make a motion to approve this using the CSR. I'll get a second, that's fine. On the first phase, because we don't need to do it tonight.
Okay.
We'll discuss it.
What was involved in the first phase?
getting permits, they call it NEPA, is that right, Jim, or NEPA? The first phase, the NEPA phase. Ms. Thompson's question was what's involved in the NEPA phase?
The permits primarily, and that involves permits with the railroad, permits with environmental, all environmental people.
It's mostly environmental.
Mostly environmental is what
We
it is.
choose to go with them to go the first phase.
We're not
which is
into the,
different
to the design phase yet.
And we discussed this.
So this is just the first phase,
It's, what, Jim, about 3 or 4 phases of this thing?
at least 3.
3?
The first phase, then a lot of times the second and third are lumped together. Then the fourth phase is construction.
Okay.
So this is just the first phase.
Okay.
So as long as the first phase is just that, No.
Okay, I got a motion by Bob. Bob, you made that motion?
Do they actually design the bridge?
Huh?
Do they actually design, Jim, do they actually design the bridge itself in the NEPA phase? This phase, that's,
No.
okay.
No,
Yeah. Bob, you made that motion? Have a motion by Bob, have a second.
You're gonna you make the motion to let Jim go ahead.
You said so.
Yeah. Jim, check.
Got a motion by Bob, second by Hansel, call the roll, Sam.
Mr. Bollinger,
No.
Mr. Fanning,
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker,
Yes.
Ms. Thompson.
Yes.
Motion carries. Okay, I think we got ahead of ourselves. On this STP paving, Jim, I didn't sign the contract, and I think we're good to go now.
yeah. And I think Terry said it back, we've got to wait for TDOT to sign it and send it back to us again before it's fully executed.
Okay, is there a time period on this thing? It's gotta be done?
The time period is met, that, because we've got it in motion, but typically, it takes 2 weeks from the time you all sign it, you and Reed, send it to TDOT, it takes typically 2 weeks to get it back. Then they issue a notice to proceed, which is go ahead with a NEPA phase on it, it's always first. We could have the notice to proceed back before the next meeting. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
He's doing the phase on STP, he's doing the diesel.
We've not chosen anyone yet. We're not even ready yet. We're not ready to choose anybody for the NEPA phase on the STP project.
Okay, and Jim, once they start milling these streets down, you got some catch basins that are in bad shape out there next to the bank.
Yeah, but it's not on this, STP authorized street. See, this STP money can only be used on certain streets.
I understand that.
Which is judged by the traffic count that TDOT does every year. Chestnut is not on that list. South Tennessee is, Indiana is, Beach, Loop Road,
Cummins on it.
but, Chestnut is not on that list, so we can't use it on it.
Seemed like we done, Tennessee here and, part of Loop Road back when Lucy was coming here, because I flagged for them. They come here late in the evening and done it. So it's been since 15, 20 years. Yeah. Okay. All right, Jim. Okay, item number 3. Authorizing the public works director to proceed with the TML safety match grant, and that's what, Jimmy, a 50-50 match?
Yeah, this is the other one, we just got
No.
approved we just got approved.
Oh, it's another grant.
Yes, that's from another grant for Jimbo.
Okay.
He wants to apply for.
Backup cameras?
Yes.
Okay, now Terry, you got a comment on that. Well,
In 2000, if I may, in 2017, I don't remember what the date, but sometime in 2017, backup cameras are gonna be required on all municipally owned vehicles above a pickup truck.
and we got them on the garbage truck, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But this is an opportunity to get half our money back, to go ahead and do it now. And that's all this is.
Okay.
Move approved. If we get the grant, Martin.
Wait, Joe made a motion, go ahead, Joe. Joe made a motion, have a second?
Second.
Second by Bob, call the roll.
Mr. Bollinger,
Yes.
Mr. Fanning,
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker.
Yes.
Ms. Thompson.
Yes.
All right, motion carries. Okay, Jim, I see, on the Parks and Recreations, item number 1, approved proceedings with a sign for Sergeant Park, estimated cost $10,000. Anything over $10,000, it's gotta be sealed bids, you know that?
10,000 or more.
Yeah.
I just need a motion to accept bids, then y'all can decide from there.
And where you want to take some money from, it's not in the budget.
Okay.
We just need to have a motion to allow him to send out for bids for the sign.
What about the money? It's
I
gonna
thought Johnny had money in his budget for it.
be, now, Or you make that motion, you find out where you want to get the money from, by sign. Sure, you got any recommendations?
The only, you just have to take it out of fund balance if you approve.
Well, they take it out of Bob and transfer my campaign money. What about Bob?
Yes.
Okay. Have a motion on the sign.
All we're doing is authorizing to do bids. I have
Yeah.
a motion to authorize them to do bids.
Have a motion. Motion by Bob, second by Hansel. Call roll.
Mr. Bolger?
Yes.
Mr. Fanning? Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Motion carries. Okay. Next item, we're gonna pull it from the table. John and Terry wants to get together and look at this for the next workshop, right, John?
Yes.
We're gonna table it in October.
Yes.
All right. Okay, approval of safety grant, $4,000, 50/50. Okay, we did that. Terry, we used to get these grants all the time, that safety grant. But we hadn't got it in years, had we, Terry?
Not in the last 2 years, and I called Ms. Housley for us to get us back
On it?
on it, and we actually got notified that it's approved, and the departments can buy $4,000 of safety equipment, and we'll receive $2,000 back.
Yeah, I noticed one time the fire department used to buy a bunch of stuff, fight fires, we had brush fires, and I think one year Jim bought a bunch of gloves and safety vests and stuff, so it's a good thing. All right. Anybody else have anything? Anybody else have anything in the audience?
Can I say something?
Sure, Bob.
Since several of us have been up, doing lawsuits and been testifying and all this stuff this last couple of weeks. And I asked Attorney Mr. Roach, some of this information I didn't know. So, when we're in a lawsuit, how does all the council and the mayor keep to be informed where we're at a particular motion? Some of the stuff that was going on 6, 7 years ago, I didn't even know that, and I was here. And it was new to me when I sat there and listened to them ask the questions, and I didn't know anything about it. So where do we get the information? The lawsuit is coming at us. Shouldn't the council be kept up?
Typically, I'm answering for another attorney because another attorney represents you in this case. But typically, when they set their positions, they'll sit down with you and prep you and talk to you and give you an indication of what.
Well, we asked MTS we have a lawsuit with the MTS, they hire any firm they want to, they usually hire Roach.
I don't know how the process works, I just know that's who they always hire.
And at that particular time, can we suggest that we don't want Mr. Roach again? We can't. We have.
I don't know if it'd be successful or not, but you can ask for anything. But I'd say, you could certainly ask, because I don't know how they pick it. I don't know how they pick it. But they always pick that same one. Every time, I've never known anybody other than them to represent. So I think.
When Mr. Wayne, we refused Mr. Roach.
Oh, is that right?
We went for some guy from Charleston.
I guess the question not be with them, has to be TMA. Because that's who it goes through, the pool. The pool hires attorneys, and depending on what area and state you're in, that's what the law firm approves for.
It just seems to me that Mr. Dunaway and other attorneys, as well as Mr. Rhodes, they carry things out too long. So a 7-year lawsuit is far too long. It should either be settled, thrown out.
I didn't know it was still going on. I didn't know, because I got noticed just like you did.
Yes.
And I had no clue it was still going on. I was surprised. So it is what it is, it's still going on. We got to deal with it, but I didn't know. But it's a question.
But I didn't know that Mr. Roach was asking you questions or informing you, and you had information. None of that. You don't have to mind. I think that's good policy.
Most times they do on our current ones, but for whatever reason, I didn't know anything about that.
That's all.
Okay. But if you request, ask for question from TML, we'd have to ask for a different set, if you want that.
So every time we think we might, we can bring that up.
I think, but he just ain't do something come out.
Being no further business.
Mayor, Mr. Sharp wants to talk again.
Ralph,
He can.
go ahead, Ralph.
Y'all keep in mind the people out in Bob's, Rick's Drugstore, the West Walden Street. That's been going on way too long, way too long. Them people have had to live in that mess going on 2 years. It's not right. To be right in town, right beside of a drugstore. It's not right. You can sit up there and you can buy police cars, you can do whatever you want to, but you can't write a letter and tell somebody to have to clean up a meth place. It's not right for people on that street to have to live in that garbage.
Once it's been tagged, Ralph, as a meth place, it's up to the state.
It don't take 2 years.
Well, I don't know anything about how long it takes, but.
He's been in there cleaning it up because he packed it up at my house.
Yeah.
I know, he's been cleaning it up because he carried it up at my house.
Well, are you talking about he's taking that stuff from the Bailey house, that first, the Crutchfield house?
All the stuff, no, the stuff from the West Walden Street, Bob's Rick Drugstore, is up on 19th Street. I seen him throw it over the hill.
Yeah, okay.
The stuff that he got off the meth house, he throwed it over the hill.
Okay.
And left that shell out there where the porch about to fall off of. Go by there and look at the porch. It's a wonder somebody don't get hurt. That porch falling off of, go down that little alley.
I'll look at that. But Daniel, you send him a letter tomorrow, tell him from, Arnold, or where Mr. Sharp lives.
If you all, would you all like to live in a mess
I'm
like
here to
that?
visit back in the house, but get off our right away.
Would you all like to live in a mess like that? I'm sure them people out there on Walden Street don't like it either. Jamie, would you like to live in a place like that? Daniel, you've been a code enforcer for over 6 months. Would you like to live in a place like, I asked you that once and you said no.
No, sir, and I explained to you once also that I was working on that, trying to get that resolved too. And I
But there's been no action on it. There's been
Yes,
no
sir, there
action.
has been action on it. The EPA has been contacted, they came out, and as soon as we have a meeting with them, we will clean it up.
Won't you pick it up and take it down there to Bradley Lane where he lives, that driveway?
We can't touch it.
See how he
We
likes it?
can't touch it, the city can't touch it, he can't touch it right now. If it is contaminated with meth, it has to go to a Class 1 landfill. And just as soon as we have a meeting with the EPA, we'll get it cleaned up and charge him, or they will do whatever they're gonna do. I don't know, whatever kind of criminal stuff they're gonna do, they will do what they'll do, and then we'll have it cleaned up from there.
I guarantee you, I'll push it forward like I can.
Well, as soon as they get back with us, we will get it.
Y'all come up there and look at it.
You're right, Daniel's been here less than 6 months, but the EPA's been involved for 3 months.
Come
So-
up there and look at it, Hanford, come up there and look at it.
So
Bob?
as soon as
come look
the
at it.
EPA gets back with us, we're not allowed to touch it until they get back. As soon as they get back with us.
I ain't
we'll take
asking
care
you
of
to
it.
touch it, I say come and look at it. Let the council come and look at it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Ralph.
From Orange Street on up, both sides of the road.
Okay, all right,
Is
thank you,
there
Ralph.
any way, Jimmy, that we can, contact these people and EPA and try to push them to the point or that we've got citizens that's complaining because they're taking so long?
Daniel's been in contact with them several times over the last 3 months. They had to run it through a lab process, and I don't know how long the lab process takes, but that's where it is. But we can call them again and ask them, but as far as we know right now, it's still in the lab process. So,
Well, Donald Trump made a statement, he's gonna get rid of 22,000 out of EPA, so maybe we'll look up and he'll get elected.
Well, let's hope we get this took care of for you.
Yeah.
Okay, this meeting's adjourned.